Hi, this is A. Wesley. That ain't who tells it like a TI is. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. The topic I'm going to talk to you today about is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 10 happened last week. I'm kind of a little behind on my videos because I was kind of a little sick last week. So I'm kind of catching up. But anyway, it started off with the play date with Kandi and Kenya with their kids. They had a play date at some kind of little play carnival. Blaze in Brooklyn was sliding down and was sliding down and playing on a sliding board, and then they went into the play around in a little jumping jack thing. It was like a little cute play date, thing like that, and then. Kenya and Kandi kind of sit to the side, and then Kenya kind of told Kandi about her business problems, about her problems in her business, and she was saying that she had signed 2 contracts for her hair care products to be in Walmart and CB Pharmacy, but she said she was having a problem with the shipping, and she was saying that because she had some of her stuff shipped from overseas, and then Kandi was saying, well, can't you get a local shipper? A local shipper, why don't you look into getting a local shipper? Do you have a team? She said, yeah, I just hired somebody to help me with the shipping, and then I also hired somebody to help me with my business. And then Kandi said, yeah. Kandi said, yeah, you do need some extra help and stuff like that. And then it switched to the next scene where Marlo was getting ready to go on a trip to Blue Ridge, and she was asking her glam team, what should she wear, and they told her, you got a lot of stuff to pick out. She said, yeah, okay, I got a lot of stuff to pick out. Do you think I should wear this? And she said, Marlo, y'all just going for a couple of days. You don't need to take a whole bag of clothes. And then next thing you know, it switched back to Kandi, and Kandi was asking her team whether she needed to wear, maybe she needed to bring a bathing suit or a swimsuit. And then I think it was her stylist or somebody from her team said, Kandi, y'all ain't going swimming nowhere. Y'all ain't got no kids. I don't think you need to take no whole lot of stuff. And then Kandi thought about it, and then she said, oh. And then the next thing you know, they showed Sonia talking to her husband on the phone, and then they showed Drew FaceTiming her husband on the phone and trying to get ready. And then the scene switched to where hold up, let me get some water. Okay, I'm back now. Then it switched to the next scene where Sheree was FaceTiming her business manager, talking about Sheba Sheree and what they wanted to do. Let me pause this up for a minute. Back, I had to answer the phone. But anyway, like I was saying, Sheree was FaceTiming her business partner, and the computer froze. And then after that, it switched to the scene where Drew was talking to her sister, and she was saying that telling her sister that she hopes nothing, that everything works out on the trip, because Marlo invited everybody, and she said she hoped everything works out on the trip. And she told her sister that she was glad that Marlo invited her on the trip and stuff like that. And then it switched to the next scene where Marlo was getting ready to go on the trip, and then the doorbell rang, and then her sister came over to visit, and she was telling her sister that she needed to get away. Stuff was getting too hard for her. She needed to get away, and so she decided to take this trip. And her sister was telling her, well, you're taking a trip on one of the boys' birthday. She said, well, I'm sorry about that. But I just need to get away and stuff like that. And she was saying, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard on me. And she was saying, well, Marlo, you got to be hard on these boys. You got to be tough on these boys. And then Marlo had brought up about that wasn't the first time that she took in foster care. She was saying when her sister was younger, and by her mama being on them drugs, her sister had to come and stay with her for a little while before her sister went and stayed with, I think, with her grandmother, went in foster care like her, or something like that. So she said that wasn't the first time by her taking in her nephews, and she was saying that she was saying that, and then her sister was saying, well, it's hard on me too, and I'm working out, and I'm working, and I already got my other 4 kids. And by William going to his brother's school and stuff, I had to go and check about that. She said, well, I know it's hard, and you know how you, but I just need a little help for a little while. I'm gonna send a little money, Marlo. You can send all the money you want to. That still is extra hard on your sister, especially since your sister said she was working. And from the uniform I seen Marlo's sister in, looked like she was like a nurse tech or nurse assistant and stuff. And being a nurse is stressful as it is. You have a stressful job and you come on. Marlo, money is just a pat on the back and stuff like that. You should have thought about it. You should have thought about that before you took those kids. And she said, it's only going to be for a little while. It's going to be for a little while. And then after that, it switched to the next scene. Where Sheree went over to visit Marlo, and Marlo came outside. And then when she came outside, she seen that Sheree had a boot on her foot. She said, come on in, girl. Come on in, girl. I'm just trying to get ready to go on a trip like you. And she said, what happened? What happened to you? And then Sheree told Marlo that she was some kind of way at a shopping mall looking for something, and she turned around and some kind of way she slipped and fell on some kind of way she slipped and fell. Was shopping at the shopping mall, and that's how she got that boot on her leg. She said, "Oh, girl, you need to take care of yourself." And the next thing you know, Sheree and Marlo was getting in the car, and they was getting in the car, and he said, "Well, I sent a car for the other girls, for Kandi and the other girls and stuff." And she said they should be on their way. And they was in the car, and she was saying, "Ooh, what's that smell?" And then Sheree said, "It wasn't me, it was you." So I guess Marlo let out some gas or whatever you want to call it, and so they kind of fanned around in the car and they got talking. She said, "Well, let me call Kandi and them." And so she called Kandi. She said, "Kandi, what's going on? Everything all right?" So Kandi, Montea, and Drew was just walking out there to the driveway, and she said, "I sent the car." She said, "Oh yeah, I see the car. He coming up now." And then right after that, it was another car came up before them and said, she said, "I sent you some," and so she sent them some wings from Kandi's restaurant. And so Kandi, Montea, and Drew got ready to get in the car. And so while they was getting ready to get in the car, they was bringing their food, and they was getting ready to sit down and eat. And the driver said, "You can't eat in this car." And Kandi said, "Huh? What? I can't eat in this car?" She said, "Well, I just like I got in this car, I can get out of that car." Kandi got out of that car. Her, Montea, and Drew went back up to Kandi's house, and they ate and they ate those wings. And then they came back down. And they was talking. They was like, "Yeah, why you gonna send me some wings and then gonna tell me that I can't eat the wings in the car? Y'all know I like to eat. Y'all know I like to eat food. I'm gonna eat these wings." And then Montea said, "Well, we don't want to be late. We don't." And Kandi said, "I don't care. I'm gonna eat my wings first." And then so they got in the car, and while they was on their way, Sheree was in the car she was in the car with, Marla was in the car with Sheree, and Sheree said, "Well, you think Kandi and them are on their way?" She said, "Well, I'm finna call them and see where they at." And then she said, "Kandi, y'all on y'all way?" Kandi said, "Yeah, we getting there. We coming there. We finna get there and stuff and stuff like that." And then so switch to the next scene where Marlo and also Kandi told Kandi told Marlo while they was while they was in the car FaceTiming. She said, "You know that Kenya say she not coming." And Marlo said, "Oh yeah, I figured she wasn't coming." She said, "Okay." She said also. And Marla say, "Kandi, also Sonia said she not coming." She said she not coming. So she said 2 people are not coming. She said, "Okay, we're gonna go there." So switch to the next scene. That's when Sheree and Marlo arrived first at the cabin, and Marlo was looking. Sheree was looking around, and Marlo said, "Well, how do you like it?" Sheree said, "Ooh, this is nice. This is nice. Everybody gonna have their own nice cozy room." She said, "Yeah, we're gonna pick our room later. I'm just waiting for the rest of the people to come." And while Marla was showing Sheree around, that's when Kandi, Drew, and Montea showed up. And then so she showed them all the rooms around. She said, yeah. And everybody said, oh, it look nice, Marlo. It look nice. And Kandi said, yeah, everybody got a big, nice room. It look real, real nice. Marlo, we glad you did this. And so next thing you know, Marlo said, well, before we go eat the dinner, we're going to play a game, a candle game. And so they decided to play the candle game, and Marlo was reading off all kind of stuff. She said, "Who is?" She said, who is oh, something about delusional." And it's like every time she mentioned out something, then Marlo said, "Well, maybe I should have gave you that delusional thing." And then she said, "Who is the one that be dressing fancy in athletic outwear?" And then nobody could call him. Nobody could say it. And then Drew finally said it. Sonya, she said, "Oh yeah, you finally got one, Drew." And then everybody, after everybody won their thing, after everybody won their little thing, they got a candle. And after they got their candle, they was able to pick out the room that they wanted. So everybody had a room that they wanted and stuff. And so they was getting ready to sit down for dinner, and each one of them ordered their food. Marlo had some food brought in, and they was at the table eating. While they was at the table eating, they were talking, and then Marlo said, "All I want is good energy, good vibes, good energy, good vibes, stuff like that." And then she said, "Drew, since what you call not gonna be here, everything gonna be all right. Two certain people are here, everything gonna be all right." And then next thing you know, Kandi was sitting down, and then Kandi started getting texts, and they was texts from Kenya, and she was asking Kenya was she on her way, and Kenya was telling her, yeah, she was on her way, and she was doing it. She said, "Oh yeah, Kenya," and she said, "What's going on? What's going on?" And next thing you know, Kenya showed up, and then Marla said, "Oh, glad to see you, Kenya. Glad you here, Kenya." Kenya didn't say too much or nothing, and then she kind of said like a dry hello or whatever. And then after that, Marla, and then Drew and all the rest of the girls were happy to see her. Montea and Drew was happy to see Kenya, and then Drew was saying that she glad Kenya came, and then Kandi said she was glad that Kenya came, and then Marlo told Kenya that she would love for her to stay, but if she's gonna have that attitude and stuff like that, she just rather for her to leave. And then Kandi said, "No, no, let her stay, let her stay. You gonna stay?" And she said, "Well, if she wanted to participate in other activities, she gonna have to stay at the house." That's what Marlo said. And then Kenya said, "Well, I don't know. I'll think about it." And then she said, "Oh, think about it." She said, "Well, I got my own cabin and my own room is just right down the street. I'll think about it." And then right after that, the show ended. Everybody know that the main reason why Kenya showed up. Not even what you call said that they had the same hairdresser, and that's why she showed up. Kenya showed up because she had to show up. She wasn't going to get paid and stuff, so she showed up. And like they say, Kenya know how to show up when she want to show up. Kenya did show up, and she did a great job. Everybody was proud and everything. And the show ended. This is A. Wesley. That ain't even tested like a TI is. I am out.